Mitch finishing fourth in the previous race, of course. It's Will Howarth lining up third. Bill Harris, Jack Bettis, James Narge, Brandon Wibley, the rookie, Kev Lilly, Steve Costin, Rob Bryant, another one of the rookie riders. Too late to talk about who's there. It's time to get going, and it looks like we're missing James Narge, unfortunately. Away we go then. It's going to be Ronnie Harris who hooks up nicely. Looks like Howarth's going to go with him though. He's going to look for the inside pass, going up to Coppers for the first time, and side by side I can't quite see what's happening around the corner there, unfortunately, but you're going to get a view. Will it be the white helmet of Harris or the black helmet of Howarth? Who's
the
going to
white helmet of Harris followed by the black helmet of Harris.
Harris Howarth.
Sorry, Harris.
That's alright. Now you've got to be careful when there's two Harrises in the race, mate.
I know, that's what got me confused again.
Yeah, it does get a bit hard to spot sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, away they go then. We really wish we had some sort of remote cameras here. This is what you've got to remember. At least I've got a screen. Poor old Rick's up there without any kind of screen work, really. So you're kind of having to call it as you see it, but we don't have a multitude of screens.
Yeah, it takes a lap or two to get the handle of who's who and where they are.
Exactly.
And then work it out from the colours. I just get the wonderful opportunity to watch people stuck out the inside of Mansfields having no idea who they are.
Well, it could be true of a lot of the spectators, so we're not alone there. What I do know that is Harris R, who is leading the way once again, the 18-year-old, and that's Howarth, who's not exactly an old bloke himself, the reigning rookie mini-twin champion. And the big bits showing on the bike behind, that's Mitch Ducran. At least we can spot Mitch a mile away in those leathers. Looking good. Riding extremely well. Here we go then. Waiting for them to appear once more before us. And this Harris has got Howarth very close indeed. There's Ducran. That's going to be Bill Harris, I think, in fourth place. Yes, it is. Jack Bettis is up next. Then it's the rookie battle of Rob Bryant and Brandon Wibley, both very close indeed. They're going very quickly. They've beaten Steve Costin, Kev Lilly, Jack Wolf up next, King, Eagling, Parsons firmly, Elliott all over the line. But Ronnie Harris is leading the way. But Will Howarth looking very determined out there, isn't he, mate?
Yeah, it's a very close 1, 2, 3, 4 with a gap to fifth and then a gap to sixth, then seventh and eighth. I think the front four are going to run for the whole race together, looking at this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everybody wants to pour one over on the other, and obviously there's championship points at stake here, and Will Howarth would love to do the double to get a couple of championships under his belt for the year.
And they're getting closer together, down into Mansfield. We'll come back to you in a minute, but down into Mansfield, it's a 1, 2, 3 and a brief gap to fourth. You'll see as they come out of the chicane after Mansfield, exactly what I mean, Keith.
Yep, you've that perfectly, mate. Bill Harris just a little bit behind, but no doubt he'll pick that up in the twisty bits. And yeah, pretty much even Stevens, they work the bottom of the mountain there. Starting to have a lonely race in fifth place is Jack Bettis. Have a look at that battle behind Jack, because that's going to be very much a rookie battle as well. And that looks like it's going the way of Rob Bryant at the moment. Love to know what's happened to our championship leader, because Jack Noble has been incredibly impressive so far this year, but obviously if you want to impress over a season, you've got to turn up all the races. There's no point in showing up just occasionally as we go across the line. And the gap between the top four this time is 1.1 seconds, so it's opened up just a little bit. Harris is into the 38 zeros, so that magic 37.
Yeah, he's nearly there.
Yeah, well, he did that in qualifying this morning. Maybe he had a fresher tyre in the bike, you never know, because those tyres do make such a difference, and really know I'm preaching to the choir as far as you're concerned.
And his brother Bill's going for an overtake up into Park Corner.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like he's made that stitch under Mitch Ducran.
Mitch is the fastest in the first sector there, so he clearly knows how to get around that fast first sector, but if Bill can pull that back there, he's going to have Howarth to drag it.
He's managed to get it back. He must have held him off just there.
That's what it's all about. Wait for them to appear down the bottom of the mountain. You're going to get the gooseneck though.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Bill Harris nearly lost the front down into Mansfield's there. A massive bobble, but it didn't slow him down and he hasn't lost anything.
I tell you who's benefiting at the moment, looks like starting to run away just a little bit, is Ronnie Harris at the front there. And I tell you what, if Ducran has a bit of a sniff at Howarth, that could cost them both some very valuable time, because obviously they're out for their own benefit, not for each other's. Over the given line last time, the gap between Ronnie Harris and Will Howard was half a second. As I mentioned before, 1.12 seconds covered the top 4. Jack Meadows is about 3 seconds back from this gang, so he's not in contention, but he's got a handy lead of about 2.5 seconds over the next battle. Here they come then, and Ronnie Harris is really starting to establish himself. Over the line he goes. He's now, gap is still half a second though, so nothing special. 1.7 seconds now covers the top 4. We've got a fastest first sector time for Mitch Ducran and a fastest second sector time there for Ronnie Harris. So Ronnie's quicker.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not the lap record?
I was about to look at that because I just saw the purple flash there. Right, 37.
5.73 was the lap record. 5.45.
5.45. Well, it doesn't matter, mate. It's only hundreds, but that's another lap record for Ronnie Harris. He's done it. Well done, the young guy. He really knows how to pedal these machines well, doesn't he? Well, fair play. That's a 14-year-old lap record we've just seen goodbye to, only by a few hundredths of a second. But
what I think is quite impressive is the fact that it's not really stringing these out too much. They're still in the game, the 3 that are following him. Usually when they come out of the chicane, there's still nothing in it in this race.
Well, I'm also impressed that behind Ronnie, a 37.589 for Will Howard as well, so he's right on the pace as well. 0.5 of a second was the gap, so really it hadn't changed. 1.7 covering the top 4. I wonder it's going out just a little bit more. And Mitch Ducran has gone quicker in sector 1, so there's a faster lap time out there somewhere. That's a decent time too, a 56.6. He's gone purple in sector 1, so can Mitch actually claim a lap record as he tries desperately to hang on? I tell you what, I think Howard is getting closer, mate. It was 1.7, and this time it's 0.31. There it goes, 1.6. So they are going to, and we're going to another lap record by Mitch Ducran. 37.4. There we go. So Mitch, and I don't think Mitch has got a lap record anywhere we go to. So I tell you what, he has at the moment.
Yeah, that's how this works. I know exactly what you're saying.
I do remember many years ago I watched somebody, one of the MZs, claim a lap record. I think it was a Brands Hatch, and literally the lap record went a fraction of a second later because the guy behind him went a little bit quicker again. So yeah, you can hold on to a lap record, but it's having it at the end of the race. That's the bit that counts.
That lap record from Ronnie Ross, I towed him into that, the one at Lyddon. Not annoyed or bitter.
Dear, oh dear. Well, you know, the older we get, the faster we were.
Yeah, it's closed up at the front. Like 1 and 2 are like, you know, there's got to be an overtake done here soon.
Well, I think
Howard is back on the right parent.
I'm going to say what is happening here is that Howard is pushing on as hard as he can to catch Ronnie, and I think he's taken Ducran with him. Bill is dropping back from this battle. Okay, I have to say, no disrespect, Bill, but I think you're pretty much out of it unless these two start swapping paint, or 3 start swapping paint. If Mitch wants to share his pit bits around at the front, then it could be a bit of a problem. But again, Mitch has gone quicker in sector 1, mate. He's gone purple in sector 1, 56.595. So potentially,
going for it again.
It's really, I can't believe he's doing this because he came across the line half a second behind Will Howard, and yet he is the quickest man on the track. I don't know if he's going to hold on to it. 0.341 was the gap between Harris and Howard. It's now 0.2, so a quarter of a second. And this time it's no quicker, but it's a 6.87. So Mitch Ducran, brilliant effort from him. I have to say, taking a 14-year-old lap record, that is very special indeed, I feel. I don't know how you think about that, mate.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're all there to be taken, but you've got to get them. And nobody has up until now. And these bikes, as I said before when you were out of the room, they're similar in performance all round. So anyone that makes a lap record in them is doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're so right there, what you say, because what you're doing is, you said they've been around for 20 odd years or something. 20 years last year, I think was the anniversary, if I remember rightly. And Michael, correct me on that, Benito. But a little bit of chatter on the radio I'm trying to listen to as well. But yeah, you're fundamentally the same bike. So if you're taking a lap record, you're taking away from the best people who've ever ridden these machines. That's how it works. Right, nobody goes purple in the first sector this time.
No, they're back with you, mate.
Well, if somebody's got a plan, they better hurry up and execute it, because the trouble is, I think the pace is so hot out there. Where are we? 37.532, 545. So all three, the top three have all broken the lap record in this race. That is ridiculous, and they're going to finish. We're separated by a tenth of a second between their best lap time. So, fair play, this is a tough race. Last lap flag being shown to last the runners and riders. Here comes the checker flag. Ronnie Harris, he does indeed take the win. Do we see the lap record go on the last lap? No, Mitch, you've got the lap record for the day, so well done. I think it's his first ever lap record. So it's a bit of a consolation prize to finish third in a race where the top three, I think Mitch rolled out at the end there because he finishes nearly a second or so behind on out, unless he went for a gap and got it squeezed. Nonetheless, brilliant effort from all three riders there. That's a bit of a special performance, isn't it, when three riders are under a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I agree, mate. All under that record from 14 years ago. So, you know, these boys are pushing on.
Sorry to Ash Buxton. Obviously, it's always annoying when your lap record disappears, but I tell you what, it's three very worthy people, every single one of them. Yep, 5-3-2. So, yeah, Howarth, Harris and Dukran all went under the lap record, and so that is remarkable. I don't think I've ever seen that before with a lap record that's so established. You know, if it was set last year, for example, you go, okay, it wasn't an old lap record and maybe conditions weren't perfect or something like that. But for three riders to finish that close with one of the lap record is remarkable. It really is, and they'll all be looking to better it tomorrow as well, of course, won't they? Right, I need to mention the rookie mini twin Rob Bryant there, because he does indeed finish in 6th place. Doesn't get the lap record for his trouble, because the lap record, that's Matt Weatherall. So now, how close do we get to that? Now that is actually, the rookie mini twin lap record was taken at every single circuit last year, Rick, okay, by Will Howarth, apart from this one circuit. So, we'll be looking at this lap time going, okay, so I am capable of beating the lap record. Unfortunately, I didn't quite do it in the right year, or with the right company, because it went faster, but there we go. So yeah, fastest lap of the race, Ronnie Harris, lap 3, fastest lap Howarth, lap 5.
I'll be back in a second, Jack.
No, it's alright, you go and visit the ice cream man, it's not a problem at all. I'm